Oh, hi. This is a live session we're running. First of all, you're gonna have to forgive me. I am quite sick, and hopefully the audio is not awful. But we are doing this on my phone. The laptop is crapped out. So this is a live session to talk a little bit more about our motorcycle trip coming up in July and the film we're planning to shoot and all of that, and field some of your questions as well as just talk a little bit more into detail about everything that's going on.
How are we going to see the questions?
They pop up.
Oh,
Remember,
cool.
we've done this before. We did it on
we did it
Facebook
on
Live.
Facebook
Yeah,
the
we
last
did a
time.
Facebook
Yeah,
Live.
that was easy.
Quick shout out if you guys are interested. Facebook's your thing. You can hit us up on Facebook and Instagram for Finding Simon, both of those. I don't really put a lot of effort into my Facebook and Instagram because they're owned by Facebook, and Facebook makes you pay to reach your audience. So if Facebook's really your thing, then I do post everything through there as well, and sometimes extra thoughts and extra images and other extra stuff. But
Vern uses your Facebook
Vern,
more than you.
yeah. So yeah, I have a Facebook page, and reach me through there because I don't use my private profile at all.
Here we say it.
See, comment
Hi.
on So,
Okay, that's cool.
So yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about what the project really is for those maybe who want something a little bit less poetic than our announcement video?
Yes. Well, we're talking about poetry. So the whole thing started because I've been planning to do this trip for quite some time. However, I just wanted to write about it. I wanted to write an article or an essay, short story, something. My genre is creative nonfiction, so I like going for rides and then kind of documenting it's not a report, but more a poetic way. So creative nonfiction is the genre, to cut it short. And I've been thinking about that particular trip for a while, and then the more I thought about it, and the whole reason and what it is inspired by is very visual. And Simon is very good at visual documenting. And Simon had also mentioned a couple of times that the whole reason why he got into YouTube is to become a better filmmaker and storyteller with visual documentation. So then I just asked him, and he was into the project. So I was ready to do it by myself and just try to do it my own way. But he was up for it.
We have our first question. Someone's asking where Champ is. He's actually asleep right over here.
Champ is right there.
I'm not gonna wake him up because it's
flat on the ground.
Pretty difficult to. AK asked if I've already sold my motorcycle. I put it up in storage. It's been actually at Vern's place a lot. For a while, I was on the road near where my boat is, and then it was at Vern's. Now it's at Vern's place. The plan was to sell it, but the timing was kind of wrong. And then I figured, I'll just hold on for it through the winter, and then I'll sell it in the spring when it's worth more. Because in Canada, it's really hard to sell a bike. Generally speaking, you're gonna lose like a third of the value selling it in the fall versus in the winter. So I held on to it, and then Melly approached me with this idea. So we're gonna hold on to it for just a little bit longer. As soon as I get back, I'll be selling it. But it's gonna be nice to do another trip on it. I feel like I didn't get to. I know I put like 10,000 kilometers on it, but I feel like I didn't get to drive it enough.
Yeah, you put lots of kilometers on that one. Somebody said. Yeah, beautiful British Columbia. Yeah. So, but I didn't see that person wants to sail or wants to.
They want to travel. They would like to get themselves a nice 100% electric boat.
Oh, boat. Yeah. Inspired by you, obviously.
Well, wait till I actually have motors running. Okay, there was something else I really wanted to talk about in conjunction. Oh yeah, so.
Still talking about your motorbike, actually.
Al Newman wants to know if I've started the bike regularly. I've started the bike a few times, however, now the battery was like on the fritz when I put it into storage. The battery's toast. So I'm going to be I put some fuel stabilizer in her and I put her to rest, but she's going to need some reconditioning next week. That's my next cleaning. One of my projects to take care of her, get her back up to optimal running. Melly just gifted me a
Guardian bell.
a guardian bell.
Oh, you could show
So
it.
that's really
It's
exciting.
really pretty.
It's in my
I
backpack.
want to show it up.
It's in the bottom of my backpack.
Okay.
Do you feel, somebody wants to know if I feel like I need a break from the boat. I feel like creatively I need a break from the boat. I think I get plenty of like psychological breaks, and having people out to help me build has been super beneficial psychologically to like keep moving and keep pushing forward and to keep doing what I'm doing. And you know, I'm building a boat in the most beautiful place on earth, so there's plenty of stuff and hikes and all kinds of stuff to do. But creatively, I've really been unhappy with how my videos have turned out recently. I think my editing has gotten better, but my filming has gotten a lot worse. You guys will notice.
I don't think so.
My drone has been out of commission for how many months? You know,
Yeah, the drone,
I haven't shot time lapses. I haven't pushed any creative boundaries in terms of my camera work in a long time, and I'm really unhappy with. Every time I sit down to edit, I'm just like, oh, this garbage footage again. You know, like it felt, as Anthony Bourdain put it, like competent work, and I'm not a big fan of doing competent work if I can at all help it. So I want to set a higher standard for myself, and this film I think is a good opportunity to spend a little bit more time filming, editing, doing pre-production, which is a huge thing that I don't usually do. So we got storyboards and we have thematic ideas, larger concepts
Chapters,
we want to drive in. So yeah, there's lots of fun stuff I want to get into. Can you show them the Guardian Bell?
No, first I want to answer some questions.
Okay.
Because people now ask about
Do you wanna
our
pull it up?
route
Yeah.
and the stops and if they have any meaning, and about what the film. I want to call it a film, not a movie.
She's an artist.
Because film is, I like the word, I really like words, and the word film is more international than movie. So it's a film, it will be a film. And yes, I will just tell you a little bit what the inspiration is for the route. So I have one person, a dead person, that is telling me where to go. Maybe some of you are old enough to remember River Phoenix. He was an actor in the 90s, and he died very young. And he was born in Madras, Oregon, on a peppermint farm. And he died in 1993 on Halloween evening in front of the Viper Room in Los Angeles, which was back then owned by Johnny Depp. So he died of a drug overdose. So he will give us the route. We will go from Vancouver to Madras, Oregon.
Without a detour to Florida.
Without a detour to Florida, where he all lived. We will go from Madras, Oregon, and then we will kind of like go do a couple stops where certain movies have been filmed. So River Phoenix was in a lot of movies that were filmed in the 90s on the Pacific Northwest coast. So a couple stops in Portland and around the Oregon area, and then down to Los Angeles. So on the way down, we will actually be inboard, and we'll go like inland or mainland.
And back from the outside.
Yeah. And then, but on the way back, I think we plan to go up again from Los Angeles to Vancouver along the coast.
I thought it was the other way around.
No, because
Okay.
first we have to go from here to Madras.
Yeah,
Oregon.
okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So
She's
we're gonna be a
That's why
little
she's
bit.
the boss, guys. She's so organized.
Well, that's just the route, and
Mhm.
the whole movie will be about fulfilling my dream, and then the concept, it's a little bit, it's kind of abstract, but the question I ask myself with this particular project is if dreams can ever be fulfilled.
Mhm.
So if you have an idle dream, and there goes a little bit of motorcycle terminology, so you're idling. You have a dream that you think about a lot, your motor is running, but you're not going anywhere, but you still have this dream that helps you to move along, and that helps you to long for something, to try to reach for something and fulfill a goal or a dream. So this idle dream that I had myself growing up in Europe and visiting the States and seeing motorcycle culture and seeing Los Angeles, which is a total movie film city for me that does not feel real to me at all, even when I'm there. So, yeah, chasing dreams, trying to fulfill dreams, and all the time reflecting if it's actually possible to fulfill a dream, realize a dream, or if it will always just be a dream. And even when you do the things that you've been thinking about for a long time, do they still feel like they materialize and are a reality? So that's the concept. And yeah, it will be poetic, and I will be the narrator of the story. Simon will kind of disappear behind the camera and editing process. He already did a great job turning my ramblings about this whole topic into chapters, and he has some creative ideas of how to visually cut up the film into chapters with colors and ways to film, and
don't give away all my secrets.
Yeah, stuff like that. So yeah, we had fun playing around creatively with ideas, and just the more we talked about it, yeah, we just had ideas, and yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How long is the film going to be? Actually, somebody also, before we answer this, somebody also asked if we're going to the Salt Flats. Which for me, 1,000-kilometer detour is like no biggie, right? But we are on an incredibly tight schedule.
Yeah, 2
Melly
weeks.
has a full-time job here. I have a full-time boat project. We don't have much time, so we're hustling to get this done. And unfortunately, the Salt Flats aren't going to fit in that. God, would it be? There are
another trip for that.
But there are some great alternatives that I have put on the map that we might go see. I'm thinking of maybe talking you into some sand dunes. They're not that far from Los Angeles, so we'll see. But the other question there, what was it again? How long will the film be?
How long the film will be, and about the funding.
Yeah.
So how long? I don't know. I want to film a lot, so we have a lot of material that we can put together, like a poem, like a story. You know, I take lots of notes when I write things like that. So I think we will just collect, and then in the editing process see how long it will be. But I want it to be a real film, because the plan is also to submit it to a couple of motorcycle film festivals. There is the Toronto Motorcycle Film Festival. There's the PDX Motorcycle Film Festival. There's an international film festival in Lisbon, Portugal. Simon even had the idea to hand it into non-motorcycle film festivals.
Because who doesn't love motorcycles?
So yeah, we'll see. So, but we want to create a real film, and yeah, it's a real project. Now about the funding. So as I said, I've been planning to do this trip for a while. So I saved up for this project for myself. So my motorcycle is ready. I'm picking up a couple of things in the next 2-3 weeks to get it ready for the trip, to pack up. And since I'm the producer of this movie, I will also fund anything technological that Simon needs. So any camera gear that we might need along the way. I don't know if you need anything to fix the drone, and anything. I want to sponsor that with my savings. And also I want to pay for our travel insurance.
Yeah.
So I've saved up for that. And then since I kind of need it for the content of the film, the whole West Coast road trip romance needs a couple of motel stays. So I will also fund us a couple of stays at like cool highway motels that are gritty and give good.
It's important
make for good shots.
It's important to also to remind people that motorcycle travel is like the cheapest kind of travel you can pretty much do. I mean, that thing sips gas compared to a camper van or flights from places and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not a very expensive project, all things considered. I'm just more excited to work on something that's not YouTube based, that I don't have to keep everything as short and kind of to the point as I do with YouTube, and I can do things more stylistically, do things more thematically, tell a longer story. So that's the part that I'm most excited about, and it's not really, the finances aren't, it's not actually really any different financially than just a regular vlog. It's not really going to cost us anything extra because it's not exactly a high budget movie.
And
or
also, it will not be high budget because there will not be any actors or anything. I have scheduled a couple of people I want to interview, but yeah, nothing like, it's not going to be a production of sorts. It will be, but it will also not be a documentary. So it's hard to say, but I think the closest thing to describe it would be, again, the genre that I use for my writing, which is creative nonfiction. So there are real parts in it, but there's also poetic meanderings. Yeah, just a spin on reality, if you
Yeah,
can say that. So
it's kind of like it'll be basically like taking the material of a documentary and then filtering it through a poem.
yeah,
You know, and so both visually, audio, narration, all of that will be very constructed. But the actual filming, like the footage gained, will be like pretty much pure documentary wise. So it's going to be an interesting collaboration of those two, and it being our first film project, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah. And oh, poor you.
I'm just fucking leaking.
I just got over a cold, and now Simon has it, so I feel a bit guilty. There was something else about. So yeah, what I also would like to say is that, you know, it's only going to be 2 weeks, the whole trip, so it's not that much time away from the boat, and we will film, like, you will film along the road.
Yeah,
as
so
if it was
I'm
one
also
of your YouTube
I'm also doing a
series.
vlog, and so it's
Yeah.
important. There'll probably be about 10 episodes of this series, and it's called Detours, and it will be a behind the scenes look at the making of this movie. So it'll be a combination of travel vlog. It'll also be an intimate look at like how the editing and filming process is going, and that kind of thing. I'm still filming everything on the same cameras, which will make things a little challenging. And I will greedily say that I'm saving some of the best eye candy footage for the movie. So it might not be the most beautiful vlog ever made, but the movie will be great. So yeah, we're taking
Film.
the film. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, we also have a couple of boat things lined up, right? You have
Yeah,
people down there.
So
that you want to meet, so
this trip has two
there will be
facets.
boat
We're
stuff
visiting
as
some other YouTubers. We're gonna do a meetup in Los Angeles with you guys, and there's some boat related stuff. We're still nailing it all down. So it's going to be, in a way, very similar. And I think everything, like my life, is just about the boat now. So it's like no matter where I go, it's inevitably gets back to the boat somehow. You gonna show them that?
Yeah. So talking about the boat is everywhere. So there is
This guy wants to know if I've picked a name for the boat or for the movie.
punk rock version. We picked the name. There is a working title.
Yeah, there's a working title for the movie, but we're not gonna spill the beans on that one.
I don't want to say it yet.
Because it's still a working title.
It's a working title that it has a title and a subtitle. Simon likes the subtitle more, and so yeah, and also, I mean, the whole thing will take a while, right? So we're filming it in July in those 2 weeks, and then we come back, and then of course Simon has to get back to boat work.
And the boat does have a name.
Oh yeah, and
Don't say it. We're going to do an announcement video for the boat name. There's a few things I wanted to get. I really just wanted to get one motor going and just move it a little bit before I name her. I feel like it's a bad mojo thing to name a boat that hasn't moved in 17 years. I don't know how long it's been there. Anyway, the point is, my patrons know what it's called. Guys, don't spill the freaking beans, okay? Keep it on the DL. We're still so close to that announcement video, so it's gonna be cool. Yusei Asha?
oh yeah.
Yeah, Champ is coming with us. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the sidecar. He's gonna be rolling the camera, and I'm gonna be motorbiking.
He won't be in the film, but he will definitely be in the vlogs.
Yes.
As usual, right?
As usual. And there will still be plenty of wild camping. We're going to see lots of Washington and Oregon on the way down to California. But of course, the focus is California to a large extent. So, yeah, I think it's a lot of the stuff that I've really missed being on a boat up here in the wet Pacific Northwest, and I really miss the deserts, and I really miss surfing and van life, and this is a way of like living all of that plus more, because it's motorcycle plus more because I'm making a film. So I mean, come on, gonna be awesome. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, the boat is everywhere. There is a typical good luck charm for motorcycles, and I just got Simon one for his big black Betty motorbike. It's a guardian bell. People like to put little bells
yeah, turn it so they can see.
on
The camera's right here.
Right here.
Is it gonna focus?
There you go.
Can you guys see that?
It's a lighthouse.
The lighthouse. Eh? Isn't that cool?
So these garden bells come with different motifs and pictures on them.
They're supposed to keep gremlins out.
Road
It would have
gremlins.
been super handy in Saskatchewan. Holy crap.
Yeah, somebody has them on their bike.
But the interesting thing about them, so like they were saying that they're like dream catchers, catching the gremlins, shaking them up in here as you roll down the road until they go crazy and they fall out, hit the road, and that's where potholes come from. Now you know.
Yes, and because it's more powerful as a gift, I gifted this one to Simon.
Yeah.
And there were beautiful ones for myself, but I already got one that I had gifted from a friend. So I will put that on my new motorcycle soon as well. Yeah, for good luck on the road.
Yeah.
And no road gremlins, no electrical issues, and no flat tires.
But you know the filmmaker in me loves a little drama, so whatever may come.
Okay, are there any questions? Film equipment. International film. Where are you from?
Hold on, it keeps disappearing. You just put up on the Great Barrier Reef for free.
Is that Australia?
Yeah, somebody's up in Aussie land. Okay.
Motels. The Madonna Inn. Yeah, the pink one.
Oh yeah,
I read about that. Yeah. You know, the pink motel. It might actually fit because we talked a lot about. I don't know if you noticed, but Simon is really good at color correction in his videos. So we talked about cutting the chapters up and having different primary colors for the different chapters. I don't know, pink. Maybe we do pink. I was more thinking red or orange, but we'll see.
Pink chapter it is. Let's do it. Pink chapter. I'm so down.
Pink is the most rock and roll color.
Is it?
Yeah, the drummer
I feel like
of
that's. I feel like
the
that's
Clash.
a story
I forgot his name, but he says pink is the most rock and roll color. Straight down from Vancouver to USA. Yeah.
Vancouver is on the border,
Yeah,
so
it's
I
very
mean it's
close
not
to
like
Seattle.
if you like sneeze, you might end up in the USA by accident.
But
So,
we go
I don't
from
know if
here
there's a detour available.
to Madras first, so we go to pretty much the middle of Oregon.
Yeah,
first.
so we're going to cross over the Cascades and into
Yeah.
backcountry Oregon, which would be a lot of fun because I kind of had to rush my way through Oregon. I mean, we're going to be rushing again, but it'd be nice to see just a little bit more of it. Because everyone sticks to the coast and it's beautiful. There's no doubt about it, but yeah,
And
I'd like
there's
to see.
really cinematic highways in
Mhm.
Oregon that have been used in a lot of films. So, yeah, we're gonna chase down a couple. I've been doing some research on the interweb to try to find out where these scenes of certain films have been shot, and I think I found a couple of those. So, Clash drummer, Topper Hedden. Did he say that pink is the most rock and roll color? I think he said that. Drummer of the Clash. Motorcycle Diaries, that's a good movie. Just try to be careful. Thank you. Yes, we will be careful.
Okay, so yeah, you did say that. I don't know. I feel like that's like something they tell brides, like, "Oh, raining on your weddings, good luck." You're like, you give a punk rocker like a pink shirt, like, "Yeah, pink is like a punk rock color."
It's
And
the
he's
most
like,
rock and roll color. Yeah.
"Yeah, I don't know."
Yeah. Anyways,
Have either of you read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance?
I know I have the cover tattooed on my body. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, we definitely have.
Wait, what do I have here in the background? Well, you
Well,
know.
we have Lila. That's the first edition, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first edition.
Okay.
I'm still on the hunt for a beautiful first edition of Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance on ebooks from the 70s. So, yes, that's one of my favorite books of all time. So,
The
yes.
Highway to Mel.
Highway to Mel.
I thought you'd like that. Cheese factory. Oh, okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Is
So
there
yeah,
anything
if
else
there's
you want
any
to say?
other questions you guys have, leave them in the comments. But I can't think of anything else that I'd like to cover right now.
Well, I mostly just want to say that I was nervous about posting the announcement yesterday and in general because I don't want you to think that I'm taking Simon away from you. Um, I really just really enjoy his filmmaking and video art, and I couldn't do a project like that by myself since I'm just a writer. I only know how to type. I started filming sometimes a little bit on the channel, but yes, that's his expertise, and I asked him to team up, and yeah, we like teaming up, so.
Yeah, for me, I'm also really interested in like seeing how it's gonna play out because you might not know this, but I grew up speaking French. Melly grew up speaking German. We both grew up in other countries other than America, but we both grew up consuming Hollywood. You know, it's a huge part of culture everywhere, all around the world. So, for me, it's really interesting and to like see things through her eyes, all the similarities that I share also with my childhood and the ways that we consume like in a whole other language from a whole other country, movies that have nothing to do with us and yet we somehow associate with them. It's so.
Champ just woke up.
Good morning.
Hi, Champ. Hi.
I wish I could wake up looking that good. Look at this guy. He's just looking stunning as usual.
Hi.
Gorgeous.
Handsome Champ is there.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Do we have any more questions here?
Yeah.
But, just well wishers, mostly.
Champ, yes.
Okay. I think that's it, guys. I want to give you a huge thank you to you guys for keeping along with this journey, and I know that my YouTube channel has taken a lot of weird turns over the last 3-4 years. So I just really appreciate that you guys are down to keep watching and to keep sharing and spreading it around. I get a lot of feedback from you guys. Like I said, I only started this channel just to get better at making videos, so this is another step along that process. And
Weird is my favorite.
yeah. So yeah.
Says, yes, strangeness is the only reality.
Sturgis or Daytona Bike Week.
I have never been to Sturgis, no.
My parents used to go every year.
I think that might be a bit too much for me. I usually, besides Simon, I only ride motorcycles with women. I only ride with my girlfriend, so I think Sturgis would be a bit much for me.
And I don't ride with anybody other than
party.
Champ and you, so I need biker friends.
There's a couple of female events that I like to check out. So there's the Dream Roll, there's Babes Ride Out, there's the Fox Run. So there's a couple of, it's a different scene a little bit. Sturgis is a huge event, and I think I would be overwhelmed. And I think there's a lot of motorbikes, but I think what motorcycling is about for me gets a little bit lost there. So yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe one day. All right, guys, that's it from us. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all the questions, and thanks for the support.
Yes.
Good night.
Bye.